Hey guys, I am so excited because we have Design Suite member Julie Thompson here today, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her, what she's been doing in Design Suite. Julie's like a super mega star. Like I remember when she was uploading products in her listings and she was telling me what her sales was, I was like blown away. So let's start with the real good stuff, which is Julie, you had a single best month and you've done really well overall, but like tell everyone how many sales you did in a single best month within your first year of Design Boot or Design Suite.
So yes, so I was my single best. I started my Etsy shop around September with a
So just in September.
yeah, so last September. So it hasn't even been a
Yeah.
year yet.
Mhm.
So last September, and then by December, I had my best sales of the month of the year actually so far, and it was close to 200.
Yeah.
I did
It's
for just
phenomenal because there's only so many products you can put into a shop between September and December. So it's not like you have had a massive volume of product, although I know you're working towards that. And that is phenomenal to be able to do that. Now, I will say your stuff is quite beautiful. And we're at the end here, we're going to give everyone your Etsy link so they can see what you're up to and like, what you're doing. But you're really a great artist. I've seen some of your other work that you've done. Like, was it hard to start your shop with us when you started Design Suite? Did it feel hard? Did it feel easy? Like, what was the process for you?
So yeah, so it felt really very difficult and kind of overwhelming at first, and I was very intimidated by the whole Etsy thing. And so it just really helped seeing like with Sui Kim and all the different trainings, it helped give me more confidence to be able to, okay, maybe I can do this and it's not so bad. So, and once I did it, it was crazy how I was like, oh, this isn't so bad anyway. And then it just gave me the momentum just to keep going. What was really nice, I think I got my first sale like 2 weeks after I opened my shop. And so that was really motivating, and it just helped me to just keep going. And then just, yeah, little by little, I think the biggest thing is just trying to be consistent and trying to keep uploading wherever
Yeah.
you.
Amazing. And honestly, I think your story is very similar to lots of people's. We started this challenge, and that's where you kind of were like, okay, I'm going to do this with everybody else. We started a challenge. We call it the Art to Cart challenge that we start every September and every January. And you really embraced the challenge. You were like, I'm going to do this.
I did. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do at least 10 a week. And so I was like, Karina says that's gonna work. And so I'm gonna follow it and I'm gonna do it. And it does, and it helps you to feel like, well, if I can do 10, maybe I can do 15, maybe I can do 20. And just building that kind of helping you understand, well, I can do more than I thought I could do. So that was a big confidence boost for me.
Yeah. So with you getting so many sales, doing really, really well, I know you actually have a chart. We're not going to say how many is on the chart, but you have like a big number you want to hit. Tell me about that.
So yeah, I'm a check it off kind of girl, and it just is motivating. Just kind of like making a list enough to check it off. So yeah, it was really motivating for me to every time I made a listing or posted on Etsy, I would do a little checkbox, and I would just kind of divide it up into like hundreds and tens and hundreds, just, and it was just kind of neat to see the snowball effect, and it kind of helped me keep going just to check it off because I'm gonna look at
Yeah.
that.
Amazing. Okay. So what do you think has been the most valuable part of Design Suite for you?
Oh, there's so many. I think the accountability for me is a big one. That just knowing, like, say with the art to cart, and knowing at the end of the week I have to post whether I did it or not. Just for me, just like, oh, I have to do it, or and submitting my stuff for mentor meetings and different things. Just knowing I have some timelines just to kind of help keep me going has been huge. So that's been a big thing. Obviously, I love the classes and everything too, and just feeling like I'm getting a little bit more. I've been in advertising and graphic design for a while, but I've never had as much concentrated instruction and help. Like one-on-one has been huge for me.
Yeah, and watching your progress has been phenomenal. And when you had said you had built that checklist, I was like, And that is what I like to hear, because we just know that volume of product is such a big deal. And would you say that's been a huge thing for you?
Oh, totally, totally. And then just I can see the numbers just, because I'm a nerd that way too, and watching the numbers of the more you have, the more eyes you see, the more you're consistent. It really does make a difference in being successful.
It's so good. I would love for you to talk about like how you came into the program. So it's been a year and a half now, so 18 months. And
Yes.
I remember the consult I had with you and Jamie, because
Yes.
both of you came onto a consult call with me at the same time.
Mhm.
What was your feeling during Design Bootcamp? Like, what was the thing that you were like, oh my gosh, I need this?
Well, I just saw kind of one of your, Instagram ads, just probably like most people. And I saw it, and I was already kind of like wanting to get into kind of like seeing what was surface kind of pattern designs and doing more digital designs, but I felt just totally lost and overwhelmed. Like, I don't even know how to start. Like, where do you even start with that? I know how to do some design stuff, but how do I actually make that marketable? I had no clue. And so I saw your thing. I don't know. I feel like it was just an to the purse for me. So I saw it, and it was instantly I gravitated like, oh, I have to do that. And so I joined your boot camp. And basically by the second day, I'm like, yeah, I'm totally doing this. And I called Jamie, and I'm like, Jamie, I found this. You got to get on, and we have to do this. And so but yeah, so it was just, I think just having a way forward in a direction that I could kind of, because I on my own I felt like I was super lost, so that's kind of how we started.
I love it. Well, and the fun part is, so our program is virtual. That's how we're able to reach so many people. But we did do a live retreat in January, and Julie, you got to come. Jamie got to come.
Yeah,
So many of like my
awesome.
favorites came. What like tell me about like your experience of doing the live? What did you get out of it? Because it wasn't as many workshops. We do more workshops in future lives, but this one was really, I think it was kind of a once in a lifetime kind
Oh,
of
it
retreat we
was
did.
so special. I just felt like I, wanted to be there so badly, but it wasn't until I even got there that I think everybody that was there, it just feels like it was just a very like kind of almost magical, just amazing group of ladies that I got to know and that I'm still like friends with, that I'm so grateful for. And we still kind of motivate each other and help each other. And I wouldn't have had that without that retreat experience. That it was just being inspired by so many other really talented, amazing people. Carina, and seeing you first time. I mean, I remember walking up to the big, and it was almost like I was starstruck. Oh, there's Carina in person, not just Zoom. So
Was I
great.
taller or shorter than you thought? Because that's the thing that always cracks me up. You know, when you meet people in real life, you're like,
Yes.
oh, you're shorter than me, or oh, you're
Yeah.
taller than me, because you see everyone virtually.
I know. And I think you were a little bit shorter. I was like, oh, she's so cute. So,
You're so cute. That
um,
was really a magical experience for me. We also do a live retreat now every single year in Design Suite because of that, because it really showed me, because here's the bottom line. We love our program. We want people to stay in the program, but also we want you to leave the program feeling like you have a network and that you've got a community. We're not one of those like programs that's like, don't meet anyone. We're like, meet everybody, right? Like, cause see who your people are. And I have loved watching you guys as a group just really support each other. It's been amazing.
yeah, it is so wonderful. I just feel so blessed to, been part of this program for, this all this time already. And it feels like, you're already family and you're so supportive. Everybody is just so amazing in this program. I feel very blessed to have been part of it. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad we had you. So what's next steps for you, Julie? What does it look going forward for you?
So I want to build up my Etsy shop and my listings, building up like it says like the volume of products, because I do see that that's a big thing. It's and just trying to be consistently just doing that and trying to up my design skills and just trying to get better. I've been also doing some freelance stuff that I feel grateful for because of this program that has helped me to be able to have some of those. So I'm working on those on the side as well.
We should
So
talk a little bit about that. I completely forgot that you got some freelance jobs through our program. We
yeah.
have something for the 1 years and above. They have access to something we call Design Suite Agency. And I completely forgot that you got like one particular job where you brought your stuff to the table, which was fantastic because I wanted to see it and we massaged it a little bit. But I cannot even tell you the owner of that project you've been working has raved and raved and raved about you.
Oh, that's so sweet. She is
So
amazing.
yeah, so tell us about that. Tell us about doing freelance work on top of that.
It's really great. It's really nice to just to kind of build a supplement, just kind of have another stream of income as well. And it's also good working with a client like that, because I think it makes your skills a little bit better, kind of working and seeing, bringing their vision. They have ideas and different things, and then trying to understand what they're really wanting, or they have an idea of what they want, but they don't know fully, and so you're just kind of working together and collaborating on a project. And that's kind of a fun, kind of a new thing that kind of helps, I think, up your skills as well. And so it's good. Obviously.
I love it. It's so good. And really the stuff you brought to the table was so good. And that's the other thing we do, even though we teach a certain method for making money, we also know there's about a gazillion ways to make money. And we've had lots of designers end up in a totally different opportunity to making lots of money. And that's why we really like this. And to be honest, I mean, you're really, with your graphic design background, I think just setting up that next level to get some of that freelance work was really, I think, smart. It's just like extra supplemental income coming in and using the skills you already had. But you brought it to meetings, which I always encourage, because then having more eyes on it makes it better. And I think that even it was fun to watch you because you like brought it. And then while I was working with everybody else, you were working on it. And then you brought it again. It was in the same meeting. And I was like, yes, that is so awesome.
And I think that's what's great, because sometimes you look at something so long that you don't always see the little things, and having another person like you, more experienced in that, just having that, just kind of see things that I don't always see. So and it makes your work better. So I really appreciate that too.
Yeah, I love it. And it's really fun to see your progress. Well, Julie, if people want to see anything that you are up to, will you tell them where they can find you?
Yes, thank you. So right now I'm on Etsy. I have a design shop, it's Cedar Hill Design Shop, and that's where all my digital stuff is. And then I'm in the process of taking some of those designs and doing like a print on demand Etsy shop, where like for t-shirts and mugs and different things like that. And that one is my on my Etsy, it's my Blue Blossom Teas shop. So that's
I
cool.
love it. So, so good. We hear of other programs where they're teaching people just how to start an Etsy shop, or they're starting an Amazon shop, or any of these other things. And usually the missing component is the design, which is why we start with design and we end with the sale. Because if you can get that first part right, the thing I'm not worried about with Julie, we've already had a discussion of where else she's pivoting into, because she's going to have multiple shops pretty soon here. Or maybe you already have. Do you have a couple of those other shops
I
already
do.
open?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
she
are
already has
open.
multiple shops. And we're digging into that. Is the understanding of great design allows you to pivot smart. And so it allows her to continue to move into other categories because she understands the methodology for making money at this point, but the design work is solid. And that's the thing we keep seeing over and over again, that people's design work isn't solid. And so they struggle kind of getting to the next level. I am not worried about that with Julie. I'm actually really excited to see what the next year holds for her, because what she's doing is so phenomenal. Okay, guys, if you also want to join a design boot camp, we do have a link in the show notes and the description for this. It's Julie's affiliate link. So if you want to support her and you want to click on that and come through a design boot camp with her link, we would love it. Design boot camp is really a good place for you. You heard her say, like, by day 2, she was like, I want this. It really is a good place for you to understand what we do. Because if you're like unsure we never want people to be confused about why we do what we do and how we focus on sales, because design and sales, we think those two things should go together very, very smartly. So a design boot camp is a really great way to learn about that. Julie, do you have anything else you want to say about boot camp or anything else about, your experience in the program?
Oh, just if you're questioning, just do it. It's amazing. I feel like this has been such a blessing in my life, and I'm so thankful for Karina and all. She just gives and gives and gives, and it's just been such a great experience for me and everybody. And like she said, like the networking and all the other amazing, people in design camp and design suite is just incredible, and I just feel so blessed. So thank you.
Thanks so much for being on, Julie. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube or the podcast. If you're on the podcast, we can't wait to see you in a design boot camp. And if you want to hear more about what we do, you can always go to my website at carinagardnercourses.com and go check out some more of what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why we emphasize design plus sales. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.